Anyway, it gives me great pleasure to introduce episode 98 of the Sussex by the Sea podcast. And I've got we've got James Hull there, who last time was, he was being judged for crimes against fashion with those Crocs. First of all, Jamesy, before I introduce everyone else, how the devil are you?
I am absolutely brilliant, mate. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, soft radio voice there from Jamesy.
Absolutely, always.
Yeah, and just quickly, have you still got those Crocs on?
I haven't got them on, but they're still alive. Yeah,
they're lingering. Yeah, they're lingering.
They still get worn here and there.
Unbelievable stuff. Well, the gentleman that's joined us, George, who bangs the drum, Windy John, the wonderful Super Malk, and Ben. He also supports Arsenal's coming on, and Mr. Matt Allen. And as we do with anyone that comes on for the first time, Matt, tell me how you fell in love with this great club.
Here we go. Probably started from like 8, 9 years old, going with Ben Bennett. He'll probably be on in a minute. We used to go there as youngsters. Kind of fell out of love of not just like Hastings, but football altogether. Done my own thing, motocross, BMX, had different hobbies. Went that way. Obviously, my nephew started playing. And
who's your nephew, Matt? Just for people that don't know.
TC's my nephew. So he's my nephew.
They will rebuild him. He's going to be coming back like $6 million man, mate.
He will be. He'll be back. He'll be back bigger and stronger than ever. But always been interested in his football. He's a good little player since very young, and he joined Hastings. It's right on my doorstep. Kind of went a couple of times. Met you guys watching the football. Kind of rekindled the flame, as you say. So and here I am. I'm pretty much stronger and better than ever. Enjoying my football, I think. So all good.
Great, fantastic stuff. Well, thank you, gentlemen, and I'll obviously thank you, Ben, as well. You're being a bit quiet there, sir. Have you got 5 minutes for us before you go off to AFTV?
No, what? Don't swear at me. don't mention that trash on here, mate.
Oh, a bit triggered. I love a bit of trigger in here. And there seems to be someone else coming on now. Who's this? iPhone. That's probably Will's finally. Well, anyway,
Wills doesn't have an iPhone.
Right, yeah,
John
his son.
He's 100% Nokia 3310. He does not have an iPhone.
5110. He's still playing snakes.
Yeah. Well, first of all, obviously James is here. Thank you so much for coming on, James. I know obviously we had a bit of fun with the judgment. I mean, it was actually quite a lot of fun actually when we judged you for your crimes against fashion. Since that time, obviously you've been out on loan to, was it Eastbourne Town?
Yeah, Eastbourne Town. Yeah.
First of all, I mean, how was that experience?
No, yeah, it was good. It was good to get some 90 minutes in the tank, like week in, week out. But Eastbourne Town, they've got some good lads there. I know some of the players there, and I knew the manager as well. So yeah, I fit in pretty well, and I enjoyed it actually. Really enjoyed it. Yeah.
And what's the fans? I mean, I see stuff on like social media, but that don't really mean nothing. What's the fans like? Did they take to you as well?
Yeah. There was a few there. That obviously because I was there before. I think a couple of seasons before. So some of them recognised me, but most of the games I played were away, and there wasn't that many there. But yeah, a few familiar faces. So I thought it was quite good. Nothing on new guys, but
Well, I didn't want to say it. But equally, you're in the under-23s and always banging goals in. So you're constantly knocking on that door.
Obviously, you spoke before about working with Kenny Pogue, and it was not at the club anymore. Just wondered which striker you feel like you match up with well. Any of the lads you get on with particularly well? Any of the new crop? And how do you rate the new set of strikers?
I like that new croc.
I didn't say croc. Though.
I heard that. Sorry, go on, James. Sorry, mate.
I mean, everyone I get along with really well. I think senior lads wise, I think me and Sammy, we get along really well. We always have like a free kick competition before games and stuff like that. Like striker wise, I get on with Joe really well. Dave's a really nice lad. So of course Popey, I've known him for ages. So yeah, me and Popey get on along really well. But probably favourite at the minute, me and Joe get on really well. So yeah, I'd say him.
Have you made Joe sort of start thinking about Crocs? I mean, because he's a young lad as well.
I mean, to my surprise, he did come in wearing a black pair, so he is joined.
Oh,
He's joined
he's
me.
next. He's next. He's getting it
I might
next.
have called him out there, but yeah, he has joined me already.
Any of you other lads want to ask anything?
I'd like to ask if he's got an agent.
Oh, he's
No,
in there straight away.
I haven't got an agent, no.
You have now.
No, very good one.
My boy, I know a good one, eh? Yeah.
No, that slot's open, so don't mind.
Obviously, you know, Popey's going to be out now for a couple of games, unfortunately, because he got that a ridiculous how they could give him a yellow card for that. So a window has opened, a window of opportunity. So you're definitely going to get, you would hope, some minutes at least. Has Gary spoke to you about it?
Not yet. No. I think the first training session is tomorrow since Popey's suspension. So yeah, hopefully I'll be in his head. I'll be in his train of thought. But yeah, just gonna have to see how the game goes, see how it feels, see how they feel is the right decision.
He had a run out the other night at the under-23s, yeah?
Yeah.
Couple of goals?
Yeah, a couple guys, just a couple.
Well done. Well done.
Yeah, it's good.
Got to get that trophy back.
Oh yeah, don't worry about that. We'll be winning double again this year.
Yeah, nice one. Did I see Norrie scored as well? Was it Norrie?
Yeah, he scored 2 as well.
Yeah.
Nice one. That's good.
I've got 2.
Yeah, well done. I think we might be letting him off about the Crocs now.
What, Norrie?
Oh, yeah, Norrie.
Yeah. He's another crocker, isn't he? Who was the one that was a slider? There was someone who was a slider. Was that TC? Was TC a slider?
He does like a pair of sliders.
Yeah.
Too,
I think he is.
It's unbelievable. I mean, let's not talk about the shit we used to wear as kids, but, you know, we won't.
Dogs.
Clark.
Fucking clogs, yeah.
Platform shoes.
I don't know what you're talking about either, James. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Will you say, George?
I said, I don't know what you're talking about either, so James, don't worry about it. For our time, isn't it?
Get out of it.
Yeah,
I reckon Chris is in Slazengers.
No, do you remember those black plimsolls you had to wear when you were going to school? Do you remember? Those, Anyway, yeah, before your time, James. I was
so used to this, I normally had to get mine out of lost property, so I had like 2 left shoes and like some year 3s, like plimsolls and shorts, or playing my pants, one of the 2.
Then it went on to kick. It went on to kickers after that, didn't it? Was it kickers was the main shoes, wasn't it?
Oh, what? Pink. I used to have pink suede kickers, mate. Pink suede kickers. Get in. Come on. And my mate threw up on them. That was the end of those. I've always hated him. Jane, we've had a remarkable season, really. Obviously come up from South East League. We're on that borderline with the playoffs, which is obviously, 7 games to go. We're all really excited. What's the camp like? What's it like being amongst those boys?
Yeah, spirits are high at the minute. But obviously the team, we're all about winning, so nothing's ever good enough for us. So we're just looking to kick on now, get as many points as we can out of these last 7. Keep our head down, stay focused, and hopefully get a really good place in the playoff. In a minute we're on a really good high. You've got to keep the momentum going, obviously from Saturday win. Just don't drop off now. Just keep going, keep the train going.
Well, you mentioned the Saturday win. You mentioned the train as well. First of all, that we were not. I don't know if you know about this, James, but it was our annual supporters jolly. So Bishop Stortford was the selected one, and was it 8:21 we got on the train again, chaps?
First of all, we do this more than once a season because it's our second really big one. We did Lewis, didn't we? So
no, I wasn't there, so it don't count.
It was better. It was better actually.
It's better. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I caught an earlier train because I actually left my house at 6:45 to catch the train from Bexhill to Hastings to meet you guys to catch the 8:20. So I walked out my door at 6:45. Commitment
there from that. But
yeah, it was a long day.
It might have been a long day, but we were all buzzing, and that was through no ingested things. That's not why we were buzzing. It was because of the team and maybe lots of alcohol that we might have had. But a wonderful day. Anyone that's listening, great jolly, good fun. Tim and the boys who were on the train with us. I mean, we must have had about 40 people, 30, 40 with us on that train. I can't remember. Am I
I
exaggerating?
think it was 20 that left Hastings, and then George met us at obviously Tottenham Hale, so it was 22 on total.
Yeah, there's only like 22 of us. Yeah.
I was Billy with numbers. I was giving you there. Go on,
numbers,
sorry.
We get you a
Decent
new
numbers.
abacus for Christmas.
Yeah, well, you know.
So what time did you all get home, roughly?
Just after midnight.
Well, that's you. When did I get back? About? Oh no, it was about 1:30, wasn't it?
No.
What
no,
time
not
did
as
we
late
get
as
back?
that.
12:30.
No, we got dropped off. We stopped at Orr about 10 past 11, I think.
It could have been 3 a.m. for all I know.
We dropped off George. I don't know what time that was. It must have been about 11 o'clock or something. And I remember getting on the train from Ashford because we had to change, going back to Hastings, and Ben's in the seat next to me going, "Come on, mate, let's go out in town. Let's go out in town." I'm like, "No, Ben, I'm not doing it.
I wasn't that persuasive on an early start Sunday. I wasn't that keen, to be honest.
You were egging it on.
A couple of times. You didn't fancy it.
That is an absolute challenge there. Jeez.
That's a first. That's a breaking news hot take, that is. Matt Allen didn't fancy it.
It's only because I had my daughter the next day, so I was just taking it easy on that Saturday.
Well,
did you hear the story of Tim and Charlie on the way home?
Oh no, go on.
Well, I think Tim had to sober up quite a lot because Charlie was well and truly gone, and he was trying to get him home, and the bus pulled up and offered to give him a lift. Dropped him off at the end of the Leighton Road. To be fair, that's quite close to his house, so I think they were both grateful. See?
So other than that, people getting drunk, James, we obviously come along, we supported the team, even when we were 2-0 down, we were full of voice, great support from everyone. Tell us what you thought. I mean, you're sitting on the bench there. When we were 2-0 down, did you think game done, or were you were confident we were going to come back?
I mean, I always knew we had a few more chances in us, and yeah, to be honest, I think we dominated most of the game. I think there was only like a 20-25 minute period where they were on top, where they could have gone maybe 3 or 4. But obviously we stuck it out. But yeah, the chances came in the end. Obviously, good substitutions made an impact. Freddie, I think, was really good again. Obviously, we didn't stop hearing you guys throughout, which is a massive help. Yeah. So, but yeah, I always thought there was a little bit of hope. As soon as it went 2-1, we were like, okay, we're in here. Yeah. It was in quite some style that we finished it off.
Yeah, won't be forgot for a long time, that one. And buzzing for days after with that one. It was a wonderful win. Go on, chaps, go on, please.
No, I wasn't at the game. So who was holding the drum up at the end?
That's mad. It's Disney, wasn't it?
That's fantastic.
Well, I tell you what, we've had so many times when we've all just run down the front and we've just gone absolutely nuts. The drum always gets left behind, and that's the ringleader. That's what leads us on. I thought it could come join us this time. So
I just saw the drum in the air. I thought, that's not John.
Yeah, that was me. George went off and left it, and I took over.
I've just been sent a screenshot from there's a football page called fanbanter.co.uk, and they do just anything to do with fans, anything football related, like Premier League all over. And they've put up a post about us on Saturday and about the comeback. So it's on, if you go on their website, fanbanter.co.uk, it's actually on there, and they do all sorts of football.
Yeah.
Even they've picked up how mental it was at the end of the game there.
Yeah, I think it's turned up on a few football pages, isn't it?
Brilliant.
Yeah, well done, lads, all of you.
Yeah, fantastic.
Was Malcolm there?
No, I wasn't there. Gutted, I am.
That's why we won.
You know where I was? I was having a hypertension test at 3:00 down at the doctor's, and then of course, pressure wasn't too bad, and then got home and see this going on. God, if I'd had it afterwards, God knows, I'd put me in hospital. And that's just watching it from there. I'm just watching the tweets come through. So, well, no, honestly, it's well done. Brilliant.
No, just one.
Proper scenes, eh?
Well, just pure joy, mate. Yeah. Pure joy that was.
And I don't know who was screaming in the stand. Was it Hayley?
All of it.
No, in the main stand. There's somebody in the main stand, a female. She was,
I have from Joe Knight footage. There's some girl screaming.
I think
you can hear the
probably
laughing.
Hayley, I would imagine. My God, that started it off. Brilliant. I can't honestly. I haven't watched the clip so many times as that one. Just brilliant.
I thought that was Billy Wood screaming.
It might have been, yeah.
I've watched it so many times. I just keep watching it all over and over. I just like.
It's just a real buzz. That's a real buzz, isn't it? It's why you go to football, isn't it? That's
Chris,
why you go.
Chris, did you see the steward guy? What's his name?
I did, yeah. Tyler.
Yeah. Is it all right?
Yeah, well, he got into a row with Gary Histed. Eh? There you go. There you go.
It had to happen, didn't it?
Top man, eh? No, well, he come up and we had a conversation after the game, and he said they changed the formation to kind of deal with what we brought on, and it went tits up. And he goes, well, you remember when you were on? He was saying they weren't playing so well, and they're a little bit squeaky bum at the moment. And well, we caught them. I think we gave them 3 of the best trousers down, didn't we?
It looks like it, doesn't it?
But yeah, no, he was good sport. And then Gary Histed rode into view, and then I can't really say on here, but like it's just stuff happens, and
okay.
it's Histed is as Histed does.
He wears a beanie and wears a mankini. That's all I'm saying.
He's been quite quiet. He's been quite quiet this season, though. He's been a bit low key, actually. It was due one to come out.
Yeah, he wasn't. Him and Rob French. But yeah, there you go.
Now zoomed in on Rob French right at the end. That was just incredible.
Yeah.
I just honestly, all you lot, that's brilliant.
No, that was wonderful, and a good advertisement for coming for an away day. Please, anyone listening, come along. You don't have to drink copious amounts of alcohol. You don't have to sing if you don't want to. It's great fun. Please be there. It's a great.
I mean, I brought my friend Chris away, and he doesn't even like football, but he's just like having a bit of a rough time at home sort of thing. I was like, come away, look, have a little blowout, have a few beers, come away for football. And he had an amazing day up there. And he's not even really into football. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't even like it. And we was 2-1 down at the time, and he went for a pee. So he went to the toilet. And as he went to the toilet, Sammy Adams' goal went in. So I was like, oh, your mate just scored a screamer. And he went, oh, did he? So like, he's like a bit scared because he's heard about what happens a lot of football, but not really at that sort of level. He's like, oh, right, oh, did it? And then with that, he's washing his hands. And then the third one's gone in, and they've all gone nuts in the toilet. He goes, oh, I'm going now. He just like run out of toilets. But he couldn't get past because the tunnel was down, so he couldn't get over past the stand. So he had to go all the way past all the Bishop Dortmund fans, all the way around the other way. He was like out of his mind. He didn't know what to do. They were gone nuts, and he had to make his way back round. But it was so funny.
Nice.
Yeah, from his point of view.
But hats off to Gary again with the substitutions. Do you know, I mean, we've been saying it, hasn't he? He seems to get the timing just right. You know, he picks the time when certain players maybe just flagging a little bit, or put some fresh legs on. But look what's happened now. I don't know.
Good vibes.
Don't want to praise him up too much, though, because some buggers are going to come along and Chelsea will probably have him or something.
He's in the job for another week, mate.
Yeah, good.
That's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Freddie was great when he came on.
I was just about to say that.
Superb.
Freddie Legg.
He's done well, actually. He's done well in most games, actually. He's done well in a lot of games.
What do you think about... Oh, go on, sorry, Ben.
I don't actually think we would deserve to be 2-0 down. It was kind of flattering for them. I thought first half was really good. And then, obviously, we went 1-0 down at half-time. And then it was a little bit of a slow start to the second half. But once we got that one goal back, it was just all us banging on the door, wasn't it? It was just... We were just basically sucking the ball back into that net in the end, and it was just unbelievable.
Well, yeah, I thought first 15 minutes of the first half, we started slowly. Didn't they get a goal fairly quickly, didn't they, at the start, didn't they?
Yeah, it was cool.
It was a kick out, wasn't it? It was a poor one, wasn't it? Poor one.
And then, as you say, yes, at the start of second, but
both.
I mean, Louis pulled us off.
He saved us. Though.
Hang on, and he said Louis pulled us off there. No, that's not something you should say. Louis pulled it out of the bag.
Oh, God.
Really? Louis done some massive saves.
No, he did well. He spread himself well.
One thing I wanted to ask James is what he knows about Freddie Legg and what he's like, because he's new into the squad. Yeah. I imagine James has played with him a lot more. Hey. What does he say? Yeah, Chris. So James, in a non-sexual nature, what do you know about Freddie Legg?
Yeah, he's a good lad. He's fairly quiet, like all us youngsters. But no, he's a good lad. He works hard. gets his head down. Yeah, again, like he's young, he's still coming into it. So needs to get a few seasons under his belt. I think he'll do all right.
Could it be this Saturday, Freddie Legg cross, James Hull, back post? What do you reckon?
Very possible, very possible.
Yes.
If we're on at the same time, I think it's written in the stars already.
You hearing that, Agent Malk?
I am. I'm hearing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His price is going to go up, mate.
Got his little book out.
Yeah. I don't think he's that great myself. Got to keep the price down a bit, Chris. Don't it's method in my madness here.
Yeah, cheeky git. Right, so yeah, we move on to Billericay. Billericay Saturday, a very winnable game.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
What do you reckon? I mean, obviously, optimism's high. Losing Ben Pope is a big loss. Got Mr. Hull coming off that bench, possibly, or even maybe starting. You never know, do you?
No, yeah. Like I said before, like moods are high. You know, we want to crack on now, and obviously Billericay. I'm not going to take anything off them. I mean, you never know what's going to happen in this league. You know, anyone can get turned over, but we've got the home advantage. You know, coming off a great win, so I think we should do pretty well as long as we stay focused. We're going to have a session tomorrow, so yeah, we should be all good. Should be all right.
Yeah, but just as you say, talking about those sessions, are those sessions always different, James, or is it sort of like an hour? And I mean, how long are the sessions, by the way?
No, about an hour and a half, maybe a push.
And is it just generally it's more tactical work than anything else?
Yeah, I'd say we just get down to the basics: how they play, how we're going to play against them. You know, our strengths, what their weaknesses are, and also what their strengths are, and how we can deal with them. So yeah, every training session is different. You know, as you can tell, like team switches up, the formation switches up a lot. So yeah, we always just try and adapt to who we're playing.
How many people turn up with these sessions, James? Is it everybody has to, or is it? I know because like in the past we've had trouble with like players that live up London and all that. They were excused from coming down because they could train with a more local club. Does that still happen, or is it all everyone has to come?
No, yeah, pretty much everyone comes. Like, obviously, there's niggles here and there, but yeah,
that's the whole thing that's changed in this club in the last 10 years. I'm not joking. I mean, I was up there a couple of times watching from the top. You know, the plastic pitch on the top. You'd be playing up there, kicking around, and you look down. There's 4 players training, and that's no word of a lie. And that would be the first team, and that's how it's changed. So I think, yeah, that's part of it, isn't it?
Yeah. I think everyone, because it's so late in the season, I was so close. I think everyone.
You probably got more local players. I mean, players like yourself, and there's a lot of more local youngsters. But there were, so many players from London that they just couldn't get down. So they were training in their local clubs up around there. You know, they're allowed to. But this is why it's turned it around. I think it's part of the reason.
Yeah, I think most people got car share as well. Like people in London now, so
yeah,
it's not too bad.
Yeah, Craig's got a minibus, hasn't he?
I don't actually know.
Yeah, brings breath.
I've never seen it.
Smithy.
Yeah.
Melk's the driver, though, isn't he?
No, Mark gets driven, mate. Mark gets driven.
That's it. Chauffeur driven.
Yeah.
Monster, mate.
I just call my driver and he comes and gets me.
Picks him up in his limo.
Park.
Yeah. Smart car.
Yeah, that's it.
So what are we thinking, boys? We're thinking we're going to turn over Billericay, aren't we? Obviously, we're going to back the team 100%.
They lost to Wingate at the weekend, didn't they? But
Wingate, I want to run though.
Yeah, and I was just going to say, when you look at Billericay's form, they're only 2 places below us. Again, it's one of those, it could go either way, but after Saturday, you'd like to think we're going to win this easily. Confidence should be, if it ain't high after last Saturday, God.
Yeah, home advantage, bit of noise behind them.
Oh, they might bring a few.
Less of the booing from the main stands, and we'll be all right.
They get a decent crowd.
We might all be in the main stand.
Yeah.
You going there on your own, mate? Fucking main stand, get out.
He's doing a take for AFTV non-league version.
I'm pretty mum and dad.
I'm just gutted Jamie O'Hara's not manager. He'd get a good beating on Saturday, wouldn't he?
Billericay get a fair gate though. I don't know whether they bring many away. They had
They've only got 2 away fans, mate. Yeah, Bill and Ricky. That's all.
Dickie and Dickie.
There we go.
Kazoo's not to hand, mate. That was a kazoo one. That was, mate.
Kazoo.
We've not had one this season, actually. It's a bit shameful of me.
Yeah, clean the
just what we
costs
want before you leave. James, can you show us the said items, please? I want to see that they're still around. Come on.
I haven't actually got them with me,
Oh, look, Chris is crying.
but I can wear them Saturday.
All right, there you go.
There you go. You have my promise. I can wear them
Yeah.
Saturday.
The Golden
James,
Crocs.
what was the scenes like on the coach on the way back on Saturday? It probably matched what was in the clubhouse for us, I suppose.
Oh
was
yeah,
it a good sing song and a few beers?
Yeah. You got the beers in, got the music turned all the way up. Yeah, it was a good vibe. It was the classic away day.
Quality.
Was
Even the away players didn't even come into the clubhouse. They sat in a classroom on the side, didn't they? They didn't even come in. On our way out, we see them. There's all in the classroom eating their food. It was, yeah, we let them have it.
Talking of music, James, was it Andy Q's? You know, he works in the PA. You know, he does the PA music now. Was it his music you were listening to, or was it your own?
It was no, it was, I don't know. It was a bit of a mixture, really.
Oh, right, okay.
A bit of a mixture. Yeah.
I wanted you to bury Andy there, but it's fine.
No,
Fine.
no. To be honest, there has been a few comments about the music before the games, and everyone's been enjoying it. So
excellent. There you go, Andy. There you go. Anyway, he'll love that. His head's because he's got quite a big head. Anyway, he might not be able to get in a PA box now.
He's doing a good job.
No, he is. No, it's excellent. It's excellent.
Yeah, really good.
Jamesy, well, listen, take care, mate, and thanks for coming on. And hopefully you get some minutes on Saturday, and you're going to get a goal, mate. Don't worry.
Thank you. Cheers for having me. Thank you for all the questions. Appreciate it.
Take care, Jamesy. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah.
See ya.
See you later.
Good luck Saturday, mate.
Cheers.
We're talking about the club bulletin. Club bulletin's come out now. I'm obviously completely from the heart here. After the Bishop Stortford game, obviously we were all buzzing, 100%. Looking forward to the playoffs. In my opinion, the club bulletin's come out and has somewhat deflated that because we're talking about the actual thing they're talking about, this rearrangement of the management team. It's the same people. I don't understand why it's come out. And then there was comments about the fans. We should be talking about a fantastic victory, and we end up seeing this, and there's various stuff that's been on social media. I hand it over to. I will talk about this a bit more, but who wants to start?
I'll start. First of all, for those who haven't read it, and there'll be people listening who haven't. So the bulletin had a range of topics, and I think it's positive that the club want to inform fans on a regular basis with a bulletin. I think it's the sort of thing that we've been asking for a while as fans, to be kept in the loop. Obviously, there's things that the club can't always talk about, like transfers on the day and things like that. It's just not reasonable in non-league. It's not that sort of level. But the club say that they want to keep fans more informed of all things, and with the things going on behind the scenes with the stadium and people being in the dark quite a lot, I think that's a positive if the club are going to come out and inform fans on a regular basis. It does seem like the same sort of people, but that's fine. If it's more organised and more structured, then that can be a good thing. I think more fan representation on that might be a positive. If we can push for that, that would be really nice. And going forwards, as a bulletin itself, it got a bit bitty towards the end because it talked about journey forward as the club, who's in the this sort of new committee, didn't really lay out structure, and then there was a sort of weird comment at the end that wasn't separated, as almost like a passing comment of someone not really writing a proper bulletin, talking about negatively about fans, which is interesting on a few points because it's on a day where many fans had made a long trip up to one of the longest away trips of the season, away to support a team, trying to get an unlikely set of points, spending, a lot of us owing for 3 figures of pounds going to watch the club, supporting the club for the 90 minutes when 2-0 down, and being part of that, coming back to a victory. And it does look like it's aimed at that sort of fan that goes and does that, which is a bit of a shame, talking about bad language, but not specifying anything at all. No one really knows what they're actually saying, which is a real shame. And to criticise that it might not be causing a family atmosphere when actually every single type of person, man, woman and child and old person, is stood behind the goal all of the time, in with all of what supposedly isn't being said nicely, and is fine with it. Children are more and more children are behind the goal, roaring in the second half every single week, getting involved with the chanting, playing the drum, getting involved whacking the hoardings and learning the chants. You look around and you can see that loads of the kids learn the chants. And if you're worried about bad language and children hearing it, then I've got news for you. No child is learning any new language behind that goal than they are from a school playground or from something called the internet, which I've got to introduce some of you to, that they've all got access to. And my last point about it that I wanted to make was that it's really, really odd that that's being talked about, but not elsewhere in the ground, where some fans have booed the team, and during positive passages of play. And think what you like about anything else that the club does. If you're booing what the management and the team are putting out this season, then your opinion's awful, really, and you need to keep your mouth shut. And booing your team at home is an absolute disgrace, and that's something that needs to actually be sorted out. Might be worth putting in a bulletin. But some strange comments there at the bottom of the club. Sorry, I've ranted there. Someone else take over.
No, you haven't. You've said it.
You have not ranted.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it. I think it's really poor timing, poor timing, and a really badly. If someone wanted to say something about anything like that, there's a wrong way of going about it, and I can't take it seriously.
When I read it about the swearing, I wasn't clear whether it was something that happened on Saturday, but when you read it, it's almost like it's something happened on a previous home game that somebody's complained about.
It's apparently that the statement was written at least 2 or 3 weeks ago, apparently.
Okay. Right, okay. Well, that's definitely one Saturday then, was it?
So who sat on it for 2 weeks then, and why? Odd. So, I mean, you can't really take that sort of thing seriously.
No, I was just saying that I feel a lot of people have said the same thing. You go to football matches, there's going to be swearing. I was having a conversation with a couple of regulars from behind the goal 2 or 3 weeks ago, and the worst swearing I've heard up there recently is from 7 or 8 year olds right in front of me. And I was shocked, but there you go. That's how it was. I probably started swearing at that age as well. And it's not right, but it's, it happens. It's a football match. I think it gets a bit different when it's more personal towards a certain, maybe a goalie or a referee, but if they can't take it, maybe they shouldn't be doing it. And that goalie the other week, was it not? Like, who did we play at home last time? Can't remember now.
Enfield.
No, the one before that, mate.
Oh, Wingate. He gave it back. Good for him.
Wingate gave it back, didn't he?
Yeah,
good for him.
Yeah, he took
they
it.
They scored a late equaliser, didn't they? When he let us have it.
Yeah, and he really.
Fair dude.
So
all's fair in love and war.
That's it. There you go. He wasn't swearing probably, but he was gesturing. He certainly was.
Yeah.
But fair enough. It's football, isn't it? It's going to happen. It's not tennis. It's not croquet. It's football, in my opinion.
Yeah, we do.
My point, I'll say my point is it didn't need a statement to be dealt with in that way. Why isn't it getting dealt with at the time or that week? Why are people not just getting pulled to a 1-to-1 if they're actually out of control and said, "Oh, maybe give you a warning or whatever," and then just carry on?
Yeah.
Not fried up a statement all over a football club about a bit of language here and there. It's basically about, it can happen from about 4, 5 or 6 voices, not about a whole football club.
Yeah,
something that should have been dealt with a lot better.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, they know who's singing at the end of the day, don't they?
The timing of it was absolutely horrendous.
I just think it makes the club look shit, because you've had statements from other clubs in our division, Lewis, and locally Eastbourne, I think Eastbourne Town, one of the Eastbourne teams, who have talked about their fans, and they've banned under 16s from coming unaccompanied because they can't handle it.
It's
really odd. Yeah. Whereas at Hastings, we've had a couple of instances over the past couple of years where we've had lots of kids come and enjoy the football, and they've felt that they've needed to do certain actions which are wrong or say things which are wrong, and we've self-policed it behind the goal by having a word and said, you don't need to be like that to be here, and shown them a bit more of the way. And we've dealt with it ourselves, whereas these clubs haven't been able to do that, and they've had a really negative impact on their local community, not allowing 15-year-olds to come in unaccompanied. We've actually done really well with that and created a positive family environment because of that. And that's the things that we've been doing at the ground as fans. So to put a statement like that, which puts us on a par with what's going on at Lewis and Eastbourne, is a really poor move from the club. I think that is what's going to discourage younger people from coming, rather than what's actually happening.
I suppose just quickly, because I know you, Matt and Malk want to get in. I think I want to talk more about the statement about the communication, really, because it kind of is a bit like lost because about the swearing stuff has been added in, I think, to kind of dilute about this communication stuff. And I just say with the swearing, there has been stuff where I thought it's been out of order, and I've said so in the crowd, and I'm sure at least Ben will know.
I agree with you.
That there's certain things that have been said that are wrong, and it's like, just focus on the team. I'm not interested in what the goalie is, and I'm not a child, so I don't find calling someone a pedo funny. I don't find it funny, but that's just me, right? But there'll be certain times when it does get too much, but that's for the club, as you said, Ben, like that. You police that. You've got stewards. You police it. You pull the people that are singing it aside. Just have a quiet word. Maybe not that, this, that, and the other. You don't need to bring out a statement. Yeah, that kind of tarring people with the same brush. And I'll leave it there. But sorry, Matt and Malk, please. Sorry.
I haven't seen the statement. I don't really know. It's interesting to hear what people are saying, but I haven't seen it, I must admit. So I'm interested to see it now. But yeah, I can see where you're coming from, and what everyone's saying. I agree with what everyone's saying, to be fair. And that's without seeing the statement. But I suppose something's got to be said, and they've come out and said it. But at the end of the day as well, it's the timing. So, yeah.
Especially if it was written 2 or 3 weeks earlier. I'm not getting that.
Yeah, come out straight after it's happened. Now, 2 or 3 weeks later.
No, I know that. That's even more confusing for me.
Well, before I say any more, Matt, sorry, mate, you ain't really spoke.
No, I'm all right. I'm good.
Okay. Well, just to me, this could be dealt with in a proper fashion. Again, I'll go back to the communication. It's the same people that have just been moved around. There's no idea of what the structure is. And is it going to be a structure that's better when they're saying that Sam Hasler's out injured all season when they know he hasn't been? And you've got your manager having to come out on camera and bail you out? You know, there should be like apologies, really. Are the same people doing the Twitter? Do you know what I mean? Is it going to be, do you get what I mean? Like, who's doing this stuff? Because it's like, you know, we've had bad communication for a number of, let's not talk about the ground, you know, in terms of statement that come out last time.
The one that was numbered 1, 2, 2, 1, 3 on the bullet point. Yeah, it was good, wasn't it? Yeah. And I'm still sitting on an interview from the council that I can't release because the council was still scared of legal action from the club. So for them to talk about communication, I find quite amusing, to be honest. You know, and I'm quite happy to have anyone on from the club if they want to come on. And like for the stadium talk, that I think it was just me and was it Windy and Malk that were here when we discussed it.
We said, didn't we, that it needs somebody to really come on and say it as it is from the club. Because
being brutally honest now, like when Billy comes along and he pats everyone on the back and he shakes people's hand, there isn't a relationship there anymore. There isn't. Like I feel there's a distance now between your kind of, let's call some of us hardcore fans, shall we say? I don't know what you want to call it. I don't mean that in any violent way. I mean that in terms of like obsession, maybe, that, you know, there isn't a connection. I feel that connection's going further away. And
we've made the decision as a group of fans to not want to distract the team from anything in this incredible run
100%.
And support the team in that 90 minutes. And actually, we're not talking about it as much on game day because and part of it is because we just want to go and enjoy our football. And we do enough Monday to Friday at work, and we want to come and just enjoy a Saturday without talking about things that are going to get us annoyed. But there is because of this a distance between the club and some of the fans, and I think it's sort of been highlighted in this sort of statement that no one really can relate.
Because let's be honest, there's probably about 8 or 9 of us that hear this statement and are upset. Yeah, most people don't really care. They're not really interested, and it'd be.
Just go back, Chris.
Sorry.
What is the reason for this connection to have been broken? Is it because of how the new ground has been dealt with, how the communication has not been there? Why is this connection? And you mentioned his name, by Billy Wood. Why has that connection been broken? And it's not as strong as it was before? And secondly, to George, you say, you don't want to. The players feel that anyway. The players know that. the players that know there's something going on, if you see what I mean. And they feel, that some of the players have even mentioned it. There's something around the club that they can't really put their finger on, but know something's not quite right. So to say you keep it from the players and so they keep this run going, it's not being kept from the players because they still feel it.
What makes them get that feeling?
That's not coming from us though, Malc. I mean, I can guarantee you, like, whatever's going on.
Yeah, which is why I say what has caused this connection break, if you see what I mean, because
lack of trust.
They're none the wiser for the same
There's a lot that's going on and no one knows who to trust anymore.
Because of lack of information. We've got an incredible team, a management team, and for months this season, no one knows where the fuck they're going to be playing next season for a lot of the time, including what has happened to our home of 100 years. We still don't really know. We don't know where the club's going. And it doesn't, not putting a finger on anyone for this, but that's just the fact we just don't know what's happening with it at all. And we are completely in the dark.
Well, and that's why they've come out with this to me, and it's just my opinion, right? That it's a kind of a non-statement. It's kind of the same people that are involved with the club anyway are going to be in a committee, okay? Like, from what happened with this fan forum and all that, maybe I've got personal, I don't say animosity. It's not animosity. I haven't got animosity to anyone. I don't hate anyone. So don't get me wrong. But my trust levels, just after, how many months they knew about going to Eastbourne, that was, that it's not an open book, is it? Like, we've gone from sort of Aggie, to, and maybe that's my naiveness with everything. But, I felt that I found out. So
I think we was owed a little bit more than for being thrown at the last minute.
Yeah. So I mean, it's difficult to put into words, Malcolm, because I think it's changed from their side as well. Like, I think Billy knows, and Billy knows that he's had to say a few things. That what was the truth has changed, and like what the truth that the council say is the truth, and what the club say is the truth, and the way it's been handled, and that's the problem is that everyone's perception of things has changed, and even fellow fans have turned on fellow fans about this, and that's a tragedy. But that is to just do with the club. That has got nothing to do with the team. There's an awful lot of really well-meaning people who are really keen to find out when and where Chinadu Mackenzie is at 12 o'clock on a Saturday and want to know instantly, but are willing to wait months for information that will tip either way the future of the football club. And it is, the team's doing really, really, really well. But if we don't have a place to play or facilities or somewhere for the under 19s, the youth teams to play, or we're going to have those setups, or that's all being threatened to be got rid of, and the women's team. No, the whole culture of the club could be torn apart, and it is more important for the long future of the club. And there's just the emotions of the fans are being used to play against, as a pawn, and the emotions of parents who have children in their academies are being used as a pawn in this battle with the council. We're just left stuck in the middle. That's how I feel. And there is a lack of trust because no one tells you straight any information. To be honest, the council don't tell us straight either.
No.
That's what I'm saying. No one. This is everyone. I'm not aiming that at the owners and the people around the club. It's everyone, and we are stuck in the middle as fans of people who really have our number one care is the future and the health of the football club. There aren't the people with all the power do not have that as their number one priority, but the fans do, and we're left stuck in the middle.
Yeah. I think we mentioned the other week that you might see some councillors coming around soon. Well, we won't, because I got it wrong. There is no local elections this year in Hastings, so you won't be getting anybody coming on your doorstep. So,
well, not if you're lucky.
Yeah, but I mean, what do you do? I mean, how do you? You can email these people, but they don't get back to you, do they?
They don't need to.
No, that's fine.
Well, there's a report coming out. And it's all like I'm not going to say, right, but this is all done and dusted, and it's once this report comes out, things will move. So things will start moving in April when this report comes out.
Okay.
And you know what's in it?
No, I don't know what's in it. I know what should be in it.
So that's what I mean. So we're all waiting, and there's no information. no one knows who to trust. There's just nothing.
So does it breeds the atmosphere, Malcolm?
It does breed that atmosphere, whatever the reason there is for that. I can't really think of a good one to not inform fans of what's happening with their football club. Whatever the reason is for that, it's a problem. It does breed that atmosphere.
That's right, and that's what I'm saying. Nobody knows or anything like that. But then to say, we're trying not to involve the players or keep it away from the players whilst they're on their run, they know something's going on, but they don't know what. So, that's all I was saying on there, because I didn't know what was why that connection with Billy Wood, if you like, had been lost. I had my own opinion on why it had been lost, but I didn't really know why.
What's your opinion, Mel?
In my opinion, he's backed away from the club a lot more than he was.
Yeah.
And he seems to have other interests.
Yeah, it's got other
interests.
I mean.
Yeah. There was a time when he was always on this round table, and giving his heartfelt feelings to where he was going to take the club. Now you hardly see him at games. He's only at the odd one or two.
I know Billy's he's involved in other things at the moment, isn't he? He's opened up a nightclub in the Old Town, and that's due to open in two months' time. Yeah. That's not a secret. He put that out on social media. I asked him about it. He said, 2 months' time, it's an old club that's been closed, and well done, he's opening it up. But that takes a little bit away from what maybe that is part of it. Maybe it's just got other interests going on at the moment. You can't, I don't know, maybe it's just a bit too much everything, isn't it? And he's heavily involved in the ladies' side, isn't he? In the women's mat. Yeah, am I right?
Yeah.
So maybe he wasn't so much, but he is now. He's distanced himself without probably even realising it away from the first team, perhaps. Just my idea.
So I think if anyone who runs a club is listening, there are people, the main reason for anything that you have felt might be negativity towards yourselves or chance or whatever, take it with a pinch of salt. It's people at a football match. But the main thing why things are going on is because people are worried. There are genuine, lovely people who support this football club, pay thousands of pounds a year following this football club, who are genuinely concerned that their joy, so some people, their main joy in life is maybe at risk and being taken away, and they have no power to stop anything happening or get involved in some positive things happening that might save it, because we don't know what's going on and there's been a lack of information. So come and clarify what's going on with the football club. The council have a statement and an interview which they cannot release because they are so scared of legal action, when actually the council, the fans and the owners of the football club should be working together, not against each other, to protect the future of the football club. So why can't they have an interview and talk about what's going on with the football club? Are they doing something wrong? Come and tell us. Come and be open with us. Come and talk to us more. Come to a game. Come and speak to us and be open and honest. And have more of that communication if they are being so awful that they can't say things because it might be illegal or they can be sued for it. Come and talk to us, because there are people, the more you clear up, the more people that you will have on side to do whatever you want to do. But right now, people are really worried, and that worry will come out in all forms. It will come out with not going to the football club, being annoyed, having a bad relationship with the club, singing chants against the owners, doing protests. It's going to have all sorts of implications. So just come and, hopefully this statement is say they're going to be, come and talk to us more, but come and speak to people in person. Do it a bit more.
It's just one big division, isn't it? End of the day, one big division between the owners and the fans.
It doesn't have to be.
It doesn't.
Not all
have
the fans,
to be.
though. Let's be honest.
Not all the fans. No, a lot of people.
Not all the fans.
Yeah, let's be representative here. There are, we don't know what the percentages are, because no one's ever really asked the fans formally how they want to go with the future of the football club. No one's ever asked, so we don't know what the percentage of people who want to move to Tarleton, who'd be open to Hornsey, who wouldn't mind going to Eastbourne for a year, people who wouldn't mind the main stand coming down and another stand being built. We don't know what the fan opinion is. We only know what we see around us in our bit of the ground. The bits of the ground are quite separate. Yeah. We don't really know what other people think because we haven't been asked. And I think we really need to have a fan set of opinions that we can we can go for the owners and the council to move forward, because it's so divided.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I've been saying for years, right? I mean, what's our average gate? Probably about, at the moment, 800. So we say 800. There's not 800 people crying to get onto Chris's podcast every week. There's not 800 people going on the forum. It's just a handful. Basically, it's a small percentage of people that verbal each month. So what happens to the other lot? What they're all thinking things, but they don't say anything because they either don't want to or they don't know how to. And we're not getting a fair picture, are we, from everybody's side of it?
No, we need, and everyone who goes on a regular basis to Hastings United, anyone, whatever means they do it, has the right to have their voice heard. And it's how do we get that? How do we do it?
That's the supporters club, isn't it?
Thing is, George, the only voices they're hearing are ours.
Yeah.
And there's something that they don't like.
There is something they don't like.
But we could, end of the day, with having such a lack of information, the place could be a lot more worse than what it is. But we don't. We've said to ourselves, we're not going to take it to match days. We barely talk about anything about the club apart from we're about backing this team. That's all we do on a match day. It could be a whole lot worse. We sing chants about the pilot field. Big deal. We're allowed to. We're not singing offensive chants. And then they put a bit in a statement about make some new unimaginative chants. And what are they talking about? Hold on a minute. When it comes to chants, I think we've probably got about 20 to 30 chants between us all that we will sing on a match day. I don't think there's anything offensive about any of them.
And that chant thing has turned round completely in the last 5 years since George has got hold of it mainly and turned it into our own chants. You won't hear other teams singing some of the stuff that you guys sing or anything close. But 10 years ago, we were just like copying stuff from Premiership, basically. And it's changed. And it's all about what's coming out now. It's all about the club or the team that's playing, and it's far more important than it was 10 years ago. And it's not in my ears anyway. There's no swearing in the songs, not as much as it used to be. So that's improved.
It's all supportive. There's not really any not supportive chants there, to be fair.
We don't even do chants about hating Eastbourne or Lewis, or we don't even do stuff like that.
Exactly.
I don't think the fan base is interested in it.
And 75% of your songs are about players in the team. You're naming all the players. There's probably not one player that hasn't got a song.
Oh, so there's a couple, Wendy. If we can give you a couple of players, mate, to write some chants for, Kane Penn needs a chant. It's a left back curse, actually. Not having a chant. Left back in the studio should be called, but they're not. Yeah, they don't really get a song. So Kane Penn needs one. Freddie Legg needs a better one. So if you can get on it in the week, Wendy, that'd be great.
What else can a retired man do with his life?
Yeah, get a pen and paper out.
Can I introduce you to? Hang on,
I'll get me on.
Wendy, can I introduce you to Keith Wareham?
Here we go.
Yeah.
You've already got a few chants.
Yeah, Keith Wareham, he'll help you out, mate.
Okay.
But I do like the bit about today. Did you notice the picture of Stoney and Breffo, and then they put the Stoney and Breffo song up, and you're like, 2 days ago you put up a statement about making new songs, and that's one of the newer ones that we've made.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
One of your ones was on a T-shirt last season, Ben.
I know, mate. I know. See,
did you get a cut of that merch?
Probably have to.
I'll tell you what, Ben. You need an agent, mate. Does anyone know anyone?
I'll know one.
Oh, there you go. He's got it.
Straight in there.
I'm thinking of branching out into the entertainment business.
I know a CEO who could help you out, get you a leg up into the industry.
Yeah, just don't work for the BBC, mate. You know what's going to happen there.
Oh yeah,
that's true.
You can't sing anything there, mate.
Also, on the same hand, you kind of got to rattle them a little bit, ain't you, and take their mind off it and just distract them from the game. And you got to kind of get under their skin a little bit as well. It's one of them, isn't it? It's you're behind the team, you're cheering the team. They know what we're doing, and it's like when corners come in. It's like at the weekend, we're singing away. Stoney standing in front of the keeper. He knows what we're doing. We're shouting left, 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 right. 3 of you, 4 of you. He's like getting in the way of the wall, and it just ruins it all for them. But we're all there working together, and they don't see that side of it. I don't think.
Yeah,
You'll be nothing.
When we had Laurie on, we had Nori on. He said the same thing. He said he loved it. We were winding the goalies up.
Yeah.
It was only a few weeks ago, wasn't it?
Well, he actually said that the team felt the pressure of building on him from the fans behind the goal, didn't he? So
yeah, that was probably
that's
that's
our job. They did a bit on the pitch. We leave us behind the goal. We do what we do. They do what they do.
I'm willing to give the club a benefit of the doubt on a bit of a silly statement that they've put out poorly, and just ignore it and do what we all do on a Saturday, which is get a brilliant support of the team. Let's just keep your eye on the boys, because it's really important, and they deserve a lot of love because they've played unbelievably well this season. You look where we are compared to Herne Bay, who come out of our league.
There you go.
You know, look where we are. Absolutely fantastic. They deserve our support. But we're all happier at the moment because Gary Elphick, John Meany are producing not miracles, but doing the Lord's work with our football team, and we're very proud of them.
No, absolutely. And on to 3 points against Billericay, chaps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking hope so. Let's go. Enjoy it. Looking forward to seeing you all Saturday.
Yeah.
Cheers, George, John, Ben, Matt, and of course Malcolm. See you later.
Bye. Well done, boys.
Good night, lads.
Bye.